All right, welcome to this live session. It's been a while, although the market has been very quiet. We are expecting lots of fundamental events for this week, and most powerful of all is the NFP. And as you know, during NFP weeks, the market tends to just slow down until Friday. Okay. Well, tomorrow again is interest rate announcement for the Australian dollar. Possibly that is why most of the Australian dollar crosses has also slowed down. But we expect to begin to see some action from tomorrow. Okay. All right. I believe you can hear my voice loud and clear, and watch my screen as well from your end. If you can do that, then if this is the very first time that you're joining in the live session, excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. If this is the very first time you are joining the live trading room, just click on your settings tab right here and ensure that your video quality is set to the 480 pixel so you can get a better stream quality at your end. All right, let's look into the Forex Factory economical calendar and see those high impact news events that we are expecting for tomorrow. As you can see here, we have quite a lot. All right, quite a lot, with interest rate announcement coming from the Australian dollar axis. This is going to cause some market volatility for all Australian dollar crosses. Okay, tomorrow, the 5th of December, quite early, we are going to see some we are likely going to see some market volatility across all Australian dollar pairs. Okay. All right. I think that's the most heavyweight of all of these high impact news events. But you want to bear in mind, especially if you're an intraday trader, keep all of these news announcements here at on your notepad, especially during their news release hours. All right, let's move into the chart. I just want to look into a few pairs as we have already shared in the Telegram group, just to show you what has been going on there. Well, for the American dollar against the Canadian dollar in the 1 hour time frame, I am holding a short position right here. I'm holding a short entry right here. I am really not going to touch this trade for up to 2 weeks. Okay, just keep this trade running. No matter what wants to happen. As you can see, this is where the stop loss is located. This trade has been running for some time now, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to keep it running because the technical picture here indicates that price is going bearish in the American dollar against the Canadian dollar. This fall here, after this fall, we are only seeing a little breather. After this, we might see a little push, then from there on, price should come back down. I expect the American dollar against the Canadian dollar to stay bearish. At best, after tomorrow, I want to see price below this red line. Let's see the daily time frame. Okay, this is the daily time frame. I'm just going to mark at this. All right, this is the daily time frame. We are seeing an exhaustion candle right there around this area of support. Well, I am not bothered about this exhaustion candle. Okay, in the very long term, price is bearish, and this momentum push to the downside, in my experience, is likely, very likely to continue by tomorrow. Okay, so I am not going to close this trade, just leave it running, because from the bigger picture, price is absolutely bearish, and this candle here is not a high quality reversal signal, so I am not really worried about it. Okay, all right, that is it for that. Let's look into other pairs, and of course the euro against the American dollar. As you can see, the 1 hour time frame is in a total mess. Price has been sideways, probably in anticipation of the NFP on Friday. Price has been going sideways for a while, and of course all of the tax stories that we are hearing about Trump and all of that, price has remained sideways for the euro against the American dollar. Well, in the 4 hours time frame, the pattern of which price is trading right now is clear enough. It is this channel. The trend line that we drew around in here before is not really strong enough anymore. That trend line is not strong, so we need to focus our attention on this channel. All right, price is likely to remain here before the NFP or break to the upside or to the downside. So you really do not want to be trapped within this channel. You want price to move out of this channel before you want to trade. Price is in a no man's land. Trade in the middle of that channel. There is no directional buyers, so please avoid trading the euro against the American dollar, at least for now. Okay, for now, just hold on until price breaks out of this channel boundaries, where this one here has been acting as support and this one here has been acting as resistance. You need price to break out of this boundary before you can trade. And I am still believing that the overall directional bias is to the upside. So we will not be searching for short opportunities in the euro against the American dollar. We will not do that. We will be looking for long opportunities. Okay, it is even more profitable if you can wait around this level of support as price bank off that area. Based on your trading strategy, you should begin to look for long entries from that point. All right, so that is it. That's what is going on with the euro against the American dollar for now. That's the pattern. Nothing more to this. Let's look into the American dollar against the Swiss franc. You can also see the intraday time frame is in a total mess. All right, it's in a total mess. Price has been flat. Nothing is happening. If you are trading here, it is difficult to be very successful with this type of a market condition. In the 4 hours time frame, we have a trend line. Okay, look at that. We have a trend line which is currently being broken. All right, this trend line, in my opinion, is not important anymore. Okay, it's not important. The job of that trend line is done. You cannot even trade a trend collapse strategy here because I am seeing a different pattern altogether. All right, as usual, it is common to find expanding triangles, ranges, and a standard triangle in current market situation. So I am sure you are already seeing something like this. You already seen that. Let's try to draw that. Just connect those harmonic bounce points. Okay, that is one of it. I'm going to delete this line, then connect that for the lower boundary. All right, so that's what is happening right here. You can see that price has been finding support there and resistance around that area. Resistance, this is support. So if price comes all the way somewhere in here, it might be finding resistance to bounce back down, and here is support level. So for the American dollar against the Swiss franc, you really do not want to be clicking on your buy button against that area that has been acting as a resistance. Okay, this pair overall is to the downside. Overall price should push to the downside. You should not be searching for long entries in the American dollar against the Swiss franc. This is the next level of resistance that price might be respecting for a down push. Anyway, that is not valid. These are the type of price behavior that we have been seeing. It is not valid in any of our trading strategies, not even with the aggressive. We might be seeing price just pushing somewhere in the air before coming back down. So in the 1 hour time frame, it is difficult to analyze this type of market condition. It is very difficult. So again, we will stay flat. The next pair is the sterling pounds against the Japanese yen. Well, I am liking price behavior here. So you can see the daily level of resistance was being hit, and we saw price coming back down. This type of price behavior is a reversal. All right, it is called a reversal formation. It is a reversal. You can see that clearly in the daily time frame. Now, this is the daily time frame of the sterling pounds against the Japanese yen. In fact, this whole area has been holding price for quite a while. Each time price comes there, it finds resistance. If you try to place this line, let me take out this. Take out this just for a clearer picture. Notice how price made that check around in there before that fake breakout. So let's place that line at the original location, at the original bounce point. That's the original bounce point. All right, this here was a fake breakout. Was a fake. Let's extend a little further. Another fake breakout of that level. This was a little reversal there. So another fake breakout. Extend a little further. Okay, price is just sitting around that area. Okay, but since price made a new high here, we are going to keep our level of resistance around that obvious swing high. All right, so with what you are seeing here now, just give me a minute. All right, what you are seeing right here now is a reversal formation. In fact, this is a good reversal formation. To me, it carries a good degree of quality of and also risk reward ratio. So it is something that we should be trading by the end of today. With this type of pattern here, it is a hint that price is about to come back down in the sterling pounds against the Japanese yen. So what do we need to do? We need to wait for the market to close. We are going to be placing our sell stop order 5 pips below that pin bar. That will be the sell stop order, and the stop loss will be 5 pips above. We want to place it above the pin bar itself. That will be the stop loss. We expect price to push to the downside. We expect an immediate move to the downside for at least 2 days. Okay. This is a good setup. It is valid. We have every reason to take this trade. All right. Anything we're trading against any level of support and resistance? That is the question that we need to ask ourselves. Well, the entry will be below that level right here. So right here, there is probably no level of support against us. This one here is not really significant, but still far from price. So we have some room there. It's a good setup, hopefully, for this range formation. All right, so if the sterling pounds against the Japanese yen is giving a hint that the price will be pushing to the downside, that means the Japanese yen should be seeing some strength, hopefully by tomorrow. So on the American dollar against the Japanese yen trade, we might be seeing some green light by tomorrow. All right, enough of this. So in the 1 hour time frame, we can keep this level here. This one is over with that. So the next pair is Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. Almost a similar price behavior. In the weekly time frame, as observed, although we did analyze this as of last week, this is the outer trend line right here in the weekly time frame. We got a solid breakout. You can see that momentum bar breaking below that rising trend line, and we are now seeing the pullback. You can see that beautiful pullback, towards breakout level, somewhere in there or somewhere here, for us to look for short entries. We just know that we have a valid trading opportunity popping up around this pair, the Australian dollar against Japanese yen, in the weekly time frame. It's a nice trading opportunity coming. If we want to project the next move, obviously this is the length that we will be looking at. The next move could come somewhere around in here. So we should be all over the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen for this week, looking for the first red candle to close around that area. On the first red candle close, we will go short. We will place our stop loss somewhere in here, our first profit target somewhere around in here, and the next profit target just as we have projected. All right, 80% of that projection. So this is a valid trading opportunity coming for us. Okay, in the daily time frame, we also have a counter trend line that should be holding price. Let's try to connect these 2 points. I think that is what is holding price right now. Let me take out this line. We have a counter trend line that is currently holding price. You can see that bounce. That is support right here. Support again. So a broken level of support, once retested, the next time can act as resistance. Okay, so that is it. From here on, price is likely to push to the downside. You can also see that we are seeing a hint, a reversal formation of that level, of this level. That's a reversal formation. So price might push to the downside in the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, but we are looking at the sterling pounds against the Japanese yen. We are no longer in a hurry trading all correlated pairs, so we are only going to take the sterling pounds against the Japanese yen. We will not be taking this one because the quality of signal or price action is quite better in the sterling pounds against the Japanese yen than it is in the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. Okay, so that is it for our time frame. Nothing here. 1 hour time frame, really bad. This is not a tradable market condition, although price was trending, but it wasn't tradable. Look at this level of resistance, really bad. Broken up, broken down, next one again, broken up, broken down. So there is no way you could have traded successfully around that area. All right, the euro against the Canadian dollar, we are actually placed a sell limit order in the weekly time frame just to get a better entry, but price made little pullback and did not trigger that entry. This is still bearish. I am sure we might, if this order is not triggered, we are going to cancel it out completely. But for now, it's still okay, and we will not advise anyone to click on the sell button right here for now. Okay, the euro, remember, the euro is one pair, one currency that we are anticipating strength. Okay, so it might be pushing up. Even while this order is sitting here, we are reading price action very closely, especially in the daily time frame. If we find this candle closing as a pin bar, we might delete this order. We might delete that because the euro is anticipated to gain some strength. All right, so for now, let's keep the order there. Just let it keep running. For today, it's been a quiet day. Nothing really happened here. The next one and the final pair for this analysis is the American dollar against the Japanese yen. We have already discussed this in the Telegram group where I showed you the obvious pattern that is happening here in the 1 hour time frame. It's an expanding triangle. Price has been hugging the upper boundary of that triangle for some time now, refusing to come back down. We also have a weekend gap right there. We are hoping that price will push to the downside, hopefully to this next level of support. In the daily time frame, in my own trade, This is my stop loss level. Like I said, there is nothing again like shifting of stop loss. If this stop loss is going to be hit, well, so be it. That means the setup itself has failed. We will look for trading opportunities elsewhere. Even though I am looking at this pair technically to be bearish, the price is going to come to the downside. If this stop loss is being hit, then we take that loss, which is probably going to be a minus 2% or a minus 1.5% of my account. So that shouldn't make any big deal. I will have peace of mind. I will look for trading opportunities elsewhere. Okay. All right. So the daily time frame is also giving a reversal formation right there. That means it seems the Japanese yen will be seeing some strength. You can also see how this area here held price firmly around there as a support, now probably acting as resistance. Okay, so the directional bias for this trade in my opinion is okay. It is valid. Price is expected to come back down. All right, so let's leave that. By tomorrow, I am sure everything will be clear with the directional bias of that pair. Whatever happens, the trade plan is already done. I will not want to sit watching this trade on every candle close in order to know what direction. There is no time for that. Don't do that. We have taken the trade plan. Just let the trade run. You can come back every 2 hours, 3 hours just to look at what has been going on. As you can see for today, nothing has really happened. That's a small market volume, not something worth looking at the chart 24/7. Okay, so that's it. That's basically it. Nothing much in the charts. Other charts are not really good for us to follow, so don't waste your time looking at them. If you have questions, contributions, do not hesitate to post them in the live chat window or even in the Telegram group, and we will be discussing there all together. For those of you who are not in the Telegram group, please do avail yourself the opportunity of joining the Telegram group. You can send a message to our support email and you will be added to the Telegram group as soon as possible. A lot of the discussions are happening in the Telegram group and not in the live chat window. If you stay here, I am sure you are not going to have much of conversation happening around here. Plenty of the conversations are happening in the Telegram group. Let me show you that. Just see if you can. Okay, so this is where all of the conversations are happening. We have two groups, one for the discussion room and the other for the signal group itself. Okay. This is the discussion room. You are going to see plenty of discussions in there. So if you are here, you are going to be up and doing. You're going to be up to date about what's happening with this service. Okay, once again, thanks. Talk to you again probably before the London market open if any significant change has happened in the market. Otherwise, we will come back again before towards the end of the New York market close. Bye for now.